What's up, guys? I hope you're having a great day. In this second installment of my quest to find the perfect bang for buck EDC blade for me, we're going to be taking a look at two blades from Kizer, the Amicus and the Drop Bear. These knives are very similar and different in a few important ways, so we're going to compare and contrast them. First, we'll talk about the Amicus. It came with the standard Kizer box with some screws, wipey cloth, literature, and a sticker, which is solid. It's a medium-sized knife coming in at just under 4 inches in the frame, 3-inch blade, bringing us at just under 7 inches for the knife, which is a great size for a pocket knife, I think. We've got a nice texture on the G10 scales. It could be a little more aggressive for me, but it is definitely grippy, and they are on a stainless steel frame that's recessed in there, which is nice. We've got Kizer's kind of standard short, wide clearance deep carry clip. It is true deep carry, but it could be recessed. The clearance is really wide though, so it's not a big issue. It's an easy draw. The opener on the Amicus is a flipper, and you can see it's got some jimping on there, but it really could continue a little further. I can't imagine that that would cost so much that it wasn't worth doing here. And it really just kind of prevents you from loading up on the tip the way that I can with the Praxis, as an example. The blade is a very pregnant drop point. See there, I love a drop point, but that is quite a big belly for me. This is done in Nitro V in this really nice stone washed finish that I really like. It gives the blade a great luster. I really like the look of this blade. The action on the Amicus is pretty good. There's a little grit to it that it's not bad. I actually kind of like it. Just gives it a little resistance that just makes it a little more satisfying. It makes the close, which, normally for a button lock, which is not my favorite, those are very frictionless and bangy, but this is very easy to catch. It's soft because of that just tiny little bit of grit that I just kind of, I don't know. That's an unexpected thing to appreciate in a knife, I think, but I do. Consequently, the fidget factor, I would say, is very high. It's very fidgety, lightweight, and small, so it's really easy to just pop out and play with. The ergonomics on the Amicus are pretty good, I would say. We've got jimping about a third of the way down the spine there, and I love Kizer's jimping. It's deep enough to give you real grip, but it's not sharp or uncomfortable in any way. The flipper acts as a little bit of extra traction here. Again, that extra bit of jimping would have been cool, but it still gives you a nice little finger guard there, and the finger well is really deep and comfortable for your index finger there. The slope on this is very non-invasive, I would say. It doesn't really push your hand any particular way, so you can find your own grip, which I like quite a lot. The fit and finish on the Amicus is very good. I have had no complaints at all. This pocket clip really just disappears into your hand, so that's kind of a plus for it. And every edge and feature just feels really purposeful and comfortable and well put together. The vibe is very utilitarian. It almost looks like something Che Guevara would carry, but I like that quite a lot. That's great. Not trying to be anything it isn't. The Amicus is $50 MSRP, which puts it in the budget banger category for me. It is really, really good knife with the Nitro V steel. You're getting great quality scales, really fun fidget, and it's just a good knife. There are a few things that's going to keep it from my daily carry, but I am going to move this right into a cooking kit that I'm building with the non-porous scales and this really nice belly there for preparing veggies and meats. I think that this will be a perfect addition. and I'm excited for that. Next, we will talk about the Drop Bear. This is one of Kizer's most popular knives, I believe. It comes with slightly more, and it's just up a category in price, I think. With this, you get some springs, and that is a very nice addition to the kit. Drop Bear is almost the same size, a little bigger. It's almost a 1/4 inch over 4 inches in the handle. The blade is 3 inches. The scales on the Drop Bear are a carbon fiber G10, and they look nice, and they are very lightweight and I'm sure durable. This is just not my favorite finish for a knife. They're really slidey. There's no coating on here, and it doesn't give me the most premium feel, and it's not really what I'm looking for in a daily carry knife, I think. Those are on a similar stainless recessed frame. We have the same really utilitarian and easy to use pocket. The opener on the Drop Bear, in addition to the clutch lock here, is a double thumb stud, which works very well. The blade is this really symmetrical drop point I would call it a spear point, but I'm sure that they're right. It's in Nitro V, which is a really nice all-purpose steel, and it has a really nice satin finish. However, you can see right here, there is an imperfection in this grind, and really detracts from my appreciation of the knife. Every time I'm admiring this really otherwise nice looking blade, that dimple stands out like a sore thumb. So again, this knife is not going to be my EDC. Further, it kind of sours me on Kizer. I'm concerned that made it through their QC. This feels like factory second category, and I don't know how much I trust. I mean, I might be being a little overly anal about that. Let me know in the comments if you think that is janky. However, it does make me less concerned with the finish of the blade, so I am not afraid to hard use it. And the Nitro V's held up really well. I've carried this thing every day for the last 3 weeks or so, and you can see there's no damage there at all. Though granted, I have mostly just been opening boxes and cutting open papery type items. Despite that, that's not really great for an edge. This edge has held up really well. It's still sharp. I mean, it won't not budge in there. The satin finish is really nice on the other side. Nice vertical satin finish, and I'm really happy with it. The action of the Drop Bear is excellent. Really snappy and light, really smooth. Doesn't have any of the grit that is present in the Amicus, and it is just a real pleasure to flick open. I much prefer the crossbar lock to the button if we're going to do a frictionless lock, just because I like the ability to catch it. Additionally, the Drop Bear gives you a nice little extra audio feedback when you get a perfect catch, which is fun. It's like you stuck the landing. The fidgetability of the Drop Bear is really top tier. It's a really lightweight knife. It's small, really snappy, open, and pretty satisfying thunk, despite it being, basically plasticky. Makes it just a fun knife to play with. And it's a very pretty blade that doesn't hurt. You got this nice chamfering up here and great grind. The ergonomics of the Drop Bear are kind of a mixed bag for me. There's a lot that I like and one thing that I just really don't. I've got great jimping all the way down the blade, which is excellent. I would have preferred a little bit down here, but they've corrected that in the Drop Bear too, and I knew about that before I bought this, so whatever. I could have had that if I wanted. The thumb stud is really close here, but it's very easy to access with this great finger groove, which also makes the knife very comfortable to hold with your index finger. This kind of oxbow or whatever formation that I just don't like. Creates a hot spot on my middle finger and it feels fulcrumy, and I just don't like it. I would prefer something more non-committal, like the Amicus. And that hot spot there makes me change grip on this knife a lot, and that is less than optimal. So I think that too would disqualify the drop bear family from my daily carry. The fit and finish on the drop bear is great, other than this one situation here, which, if your standards don't extend to the blade, then what else is there, really? The vibe of the drop bear is, I would call it somewhere between military plus and kind of low rent gentleman's flipper. You got this classy looking scales and a pretty nice looking blade. And it just doesn't have the same premium feel that, say, the Praxis does with the aluminum scales. And to be fair, this comes in so many different configurations that you could get it in any vibe that you desire. So if you like everything else about this knife, the vibe thing can certainly be corrected if you don't like this. Similarly, the only real serious issue with this knife for me is this. Otherwise, I would consider looking into another drop bear. I just really don't like the shape of this handle. Further, I don't know that I will buy another knife from Kizer just because of that. I feel like there are enough knife brands out there that if you're willing to let that go by, maybe I just spend my money somewhere else. The drop bear MSRP's at $80, and I think you certainly get $80 worth of materials and craftsmanship for that price. I got it at $58, and I think that is a kind of a steal. It's a lot of knife for that, and despite its foibles, I'm glad to have it. I know that I will use it. It will go right into the compact admin pouch on the 2-day assault pack, and I know I will be glad to have this in the future. In the next installment in this series, we will take a look at the Kershaw Blur and the Vulture from Ned Foss. I wanted to check out an American knife, and I wanted to check out sort of an upgrade for the Karambit. So if you've enjoyed this, please let me know by giving me a like. If you want to see what I think of those two knives, be sure to hit the bell, and I will get that out in the next few days. And if you want to participate in this little experiment, get into the comments and let me know what you think of these two knives and any of your favorite knives in the $50, $100, $150 range, so that I can put them on my radar and start keeping an eye out for them so that we can take a look at them together and talk about it. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, we are all in this together. So be excellent to each other, and don't forget to be good to yourself as well.